Good morning. Good morning, Eagle, Nick, AUDITS. You know what I mean, VERN. Good morning, Rocker Ledford. How you doing this morning? Good morning, Alfonso Vargas. Good morning, Tika Sammy. Good morning, Jugalassis. Good morning, Beaver Audits. Yes, sir, Rocker Ledford. I'm at Lake Shore. Good morning, Ronnie Tackett. Good morning, Kamikaze. Hey, I'm over here so we can see all the majesty, all the glory of God's creation this morning. It is a very beautiful day in Dalton, Georgia this morning. How is everyone doing? Good morning, Kingdom Kid. Hey, I think it was horrible, Kamikaze. Charlie Kirk was assassinated not because of his political views, but because of the fact that he was a Christian first and foremost. Now, Charlie Kirk was who he was because he stood for God, country, and family. Good morning, Donnie Sanford. I was charged with disorderly conduct. Now that is how our government has become. They criminalize people exercising their constitutional rights. When we stand up for our rights and the rights of others, our government wants to get us off the streets. Thank you so much, Tika Sammy, for that $2. Now that is why I've been saying for so long, united we stand, but divided we fall. Now that is the thing about it, Ronnie Tackett. EagleNick is not anti-police. I am not anti-law enforcement. I am not anti-government. I am just anti-corruption. Let me give you something to think about for just a minute. Now, the United States of America was created as a free country, and the United States Constitution guarantees we, the people of the United States of America, the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We are supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. But let's stop and look at it for just a minute. How this country we are living in has become. We are no longer free. Where is the free in the land of the free? You have to pay to work. You have to pay taxes. You have to pay taxes on your food you buy. You have to pay taxes on your power, your water. There is a tax on someone being born. There is a tax on someone dying. If you have to go get paperwork proving that you was born, a birth certificate, you had to pay for that proof that you was actually born. You had to pay for a Social Security card. You had to pay to be able to drive. You had to keep insurance. You had to keep that tag paid up. If you own property, you have to pay property taxes. Otherwise, you will not own that property. You cannot go fishing. You cannot go hunting unless you pay to do so. We are in Dalton, Georgia, the carpet capital of the world, located 90 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning, Alan Davis. D nice. But why? I saw your previous comment there, Kamikaze. I've done told you about the moderator stuff. I'm not adding any new moderators. Good morning, Meanie. Good morning, Billy Burns. Now, all of my previous live streams has finally processed and uploaded. I was finally able to cut shorts off that video where I was Wednesday, September the 10th. Hey, that is all right, Kamikaze. You don't gotta apologize, brother. Good morning, Punisher One. No, EagleNick didn't have to go up there to eat breakfast at Providence this morning because Chef Ben made some fried eggs and toast and sausage. So I was able to just eat breakfast at the Eagle's Nest this morning. It is so great to see everyone this morning. It is a beautiful day getting underway in Dalton, Georgia. It's still a little bit chilly out here, but it ain't too bad. Good morning, DG1. Go Vols. Them Tennessee Volunteers. Miss Mimi, I was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. Officer Castillo with the Dalton Police Department got a warrant for EagleNick for disorderly conduct, violating my constitutional rights. That is what our country has become. If you try to stand up for the Constitution, if you try to stand up for our rights, our government will beat you down. Now, the United States Constitution states that the Congress nor the states shall pass any laws that infringes on the Constitution or people's constitutional rights. Yeah, that is what they do. They have these city ordinances, county codes, and state laws that violate people's constitutional rights. They created laws like disorderly conduct because they do not like people standing up for the First Amendment, which is freedom of the press, freedom of religion, free speech, the freedom to peaceably assemble, and the freedom to redress our government with our grievances. It was clear and total retaliation by the Dalton Police Department because they do not like the Constitution. Now, I have met good officers on the Dalton Police Force. Officer Cruz, Officer Hill, Officer McDaniel. I have met other officers on the Dalton Police Department who said they watch my content, that they like my content, but still they do not believe in free speech. They do not believe in the freedom of the press. Good morning, NC Tyrant Hunter. Good morning, Tom. It is a beautiful day out here. You know, the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution protects we the people, that we can be safe and secure in our persons, paper, property, and effects. Now, a lot of people do not realize, but your name is your person. Now, when those police officers call me by name, they threaten my security. They threaten my safety because there is people like trolling losers who claim to be a relative of Officer Castillo, who was making threats against EagleNick audits because I was standing up for the Constitution. Good morning, YM. Good morning, Terminator. Good morning, Huge Tiger. Good morning, Mark Robinson. Now, we do have super chat, super thanks, and super stickers are available. Amen to that, Beaver Audits. I really don't know about that, Terminator. I did not hear about it. Good morning, CG Rooster LLC. You know what I mean, VERN. Now, I believe YouTube is hiding my live stream. Got me. They're hiding my live stream because of the title I put on it about rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I believe YouTube is shadow banning me. For disorderly conduct, CG Rooster. Good morning, JD187. Huge Tiger, you will be hid from the channel permanently. Good morning, First Cab 6869. Hey, I'm going to subpoena Officer Cruz, Officer McDaniel to testify in court to my conduct. Now, I encountered Officer McDaniel before I encountered Officer Castillo. Now, my conduct was not disorderly. I only got mad after Officer Castillo called me by my last name 3 times, even though I said, "Sir, don't call me by my name." Good morning, Simon Fleming. So the Tennessee Volunteers plays the Georgia Bulldogs today. Hey, I want to try to watch that Philadelphia Eagles against the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to give you my opinion to exactly why Charlie Kirk was assassinated. It was not because of his political beliefs. It was because Charlie Kirk called sin exactly what it was, sin. Sin is still sin, no matter what name you give it. Simon Fleming, I only did that after he called me by my name 3 times, even though I asked him not to. Do you not believe in free speech, brother? Do you not believe in the freedom to redress our government with our grievances? Do you not believe in freedom of the press, freedom of religion, and the freedom to peaceably assemble? Now, I did not go up to that officer saying a word until he kept calling me by name. Now, he was telling me to get on the sidewalk when I was walking in designated parking spots. Now, designated parking spots is not the roadway. He was telling me to get out of the road, yet I was not in the road. You know, he seemed to have a problem distinguishing the difference in parking spots and the actual roadway where the traffic travels. Good morning, Jacksonville Kid. Good morning, Danny Butler. Look, I talked to Sherry yesterday. Scary Sherry. Let me see if you can get this. See if you can understand this. Now, EagleNick stands up for the Constitution. I stand up for our constitutional rights of we the people of the United States of America. Now, I had to have a bondsman to bond me out of jail over a disorderly conduct charge, a misdemeanor. I'm a tax-paying citizen of Dalton, Georgia, Whitfield County, the state of Georgia. I'm a registered voter in the state of Georgia. I have a permanent fixed home where I live and have lived my whole life. Yeah, they would not let EagleNick do a on recognizance bond where you just sign your name to get out of jail. Yeah, daily they let homeless people who does not have a home, they let them out of jail on an OR bond. Good morning, Brett. Rhea, how you doing, Brett? Great to see ya. You know what I mean, VERN. All of my legal troubles is because the Dalton Police Department does not like to be held accountable. Now, I did not make the Dalton Police Department look bad. All I did is expose the Dalton Police Department. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Brandon Mitchell. Misdemeanor charges in the state of Georgia are prosecuted through the magistrate court. Yeah, they tried EagleNick audits in state court, superior court, on a misdemeanor criminal trespass. Now they are trying me again in the superior court, the state court, for a misdemeanor disorderly conduct. The 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution grants we the people of the United States equal protection under the Constitution. Where is my equal protection? Where is my equal rights? Now, I'm here to tell you that I believe the greatest amendment to the United States Constitution is the 9th Amendment. The Ninth Amendment to the United States Constitution recognizes that we, the people, have even more rights than are written into the Constitution itself. Just because it is not written down does not mean that we do not have those rights. Good morning, Dust Catcher. If you think the world we're living in is bad now, you might ought to read the Holy Bible. It is just the beginning of sorrows. Good morning, Outlaw. So how is everyone doing this morning? Hope you're all having a very blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not already done so. And please watch my videos. Now, I have a lot of videos, as well as shorts and past live streams. Good morning, Esmeralda. How you doing this morning, Vern? You know what I mean. Now, them two fellas that comes over here picking up trash that works at the Dalton Parks and Recreation Department has not came by yet this morning. Now, the one fella always throws out cracked corn for these ducks, and they're over here waiting on them to come up so they can get some of that there Jimmy cracked corn, and I don't care. But it is a beautiful day out here in Dalton today. Like I said, it's still a little bit chilly, but that sun's coming out, making it feel a little bit better. Be careful, dude. You knock the phone off. Good morning, Fred Hinkle from them there cornfields of southern Indiana. How you doing this morning, Fred? Our federal government is all about control of we the people. It doesn't matter if they're Democrats or Republicans. It's all about control of the country, control of the populace, control of our currency, control of our resources. Good morning, Albert. Good morning, Beanie. Hey, that federal government is just one big bird. It has a left wing that is Democrats. It has a right wing that is Republican, but it is still the same bird. They just both want to get this country to the same place, but they're trying a different route. Good morning, Hester England in Ohio. How you doing this morning, Miss Hester? Great to see you again. Now, if you listen to the Democrats, they say that the Republicans are trying to destroy the United States democracy. The United States is not a democracy. Democracy is socialism. Democracy is total control by the government. Good morning, Diane. Hello, Cody. A democracy is total control by the government of the people, of the country, of all the resources, of your money. Now, they're already trying to do that. You got to pay to work. Hey, I'm doing pretty good this morning, Miss Hester. My arm is hurting like crazy. My left arm is hurting 10 times as worse as it did before I got arrested. Now, I warned them officers that my arm was broke, but they did not care. They knew it already. They was trying to inflict as much pain on me as they possibly could. Their intention was to get me to flinch, to pull away, so they could say I was resisting arrest, so that they could beat the crap out of me. Now, Charlie Kirk said, first and foremost, he was a Christian. He believed that all were created equal in the eyes of the Creator. We were created in the Creator's image. All people. Good morning, John Teague. How you doing from New Zealand? Now, we need police. We need law enforcement to protect we the people, not to harass, intimidate, or violate our rights. Well, it is a long way, Hester, to that hospital in Gordon County. I do not trust Hamilton Medical Center here in Dalton, Georgia. There is no way I would go up here to this hospital. Good morning, Billy Hughes. Yes, sir. We are over here at Dennard Lake. Right over here by Lakeshore Park. Now, they call this Lakeshore Park, but this is actually Dennard Lake. Good morning, Miss Jeannie. Yeah, I bet you don't do much fishing over here anymore, though, do you, Billy? Because there really ain't many fish in here. There's more turtles in here than anything. Yep, turtles. Yeah, that was when it was good, back when they was 3 separate lakes. Now, that is another time when they thought they was doing something good by changing it from the way it was, when it was actually a great fishing place. But all they did was make it into one big old giant mud hole. Terminator. Just think how hard it would be if I had a cast on my left arm. I wouldn't be able to ride my bicycle at all. Good morning, Georgia Regulator. Yep, I guess YouTube just has my channel shadow banned because of the title of this live stream. Now, we do have super chat, super thanks, and super stickers are available. And I have my Cash App link in my channel's description. It is all about controlling what people sees and what they hear. If they do not agree with what you have to say, they won't let anybody see it. Hey, Facebook is the same way. It is not about influencing people, it's about controlling people. Good morning, Mewtwo. Just to give everybody a heads up, we're going to be ending this live stream right at the 1 hour mark. So we got about 8 minutes left. Good morning, the true spitter. Yeah, Terminator, there's people over there at the park playing soccer. Boy, that sun just got bright. It came out behind all them clouds it been behind. And I used to come over here fishing all the time when it was 3 separate lakes. It's mostly full of turtles now. Every time I fished over here the last times, I always ended up losing my lures out here. There's a lot of things you can break off on. Stuff on the bottom, you get hung up on it or break your line. Most of the time, them turtles bite before anything else would get a chance to bite it anyway. Good morning, Brian Forrest. How you doing, Brian? Hello, Tesso. But it is a beautiful day out here this morning. Hey, you have a blessed day, Punisher One. Thank you so much for coming on to the live stream. Now, we got less than 4 minutes, and EagleNick is going to be ending the live stream right at the 1 hour mark. Now, I pray that you all have a very blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. Good morning, Adam Reimer. take care of yourselves, but please take care of each other. Thank you, Diane. United we stand, but divided we fall. EagleNick Audits loves you all. Take care of yourselves, but please take care of each other. Try not to think of people that you do not know as a stranger, but more like a sister or a brother. And the light shined into the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but the world through him might be saved. John 3:16, 3:17. EagleNick Audits. Peace and bacon grease. You know what I mean, Vern. Did you get hung? Did you get hung? I am. EagleNick. And I'm out.